Alright, the time has come. We just got so much information on Bethesda's Starfield, and it looks to deliver on all the hype. Find out why. Up next. What up guys, this is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. And it's safe to say by the end of the Xbox Game Showcase, I was very happy with what I seen. And in my opinion, when looking at this near 45-minute direct, you kinda just sat there and fully understood why they delayed Starfield so much. There's just so many moving parts here. But none of this will get that seal of approval until we all got our hands on the game on day one. But getting back to everything, little did I know I was about to get blown away by what I thought would be a pretty small but solid showing for Starfield. Turns out I got so much more than I bargained for. This 45-minute direct just seemed to leave me speechless on all counts, and I really couldn't formulate coherent thoughts. Now, I love Bethesda, and yeah, guilty as charged. I would be classified as a fanboy for this developer, primarily because the style of games they make are the ones I love. It's all those massive open-world RPGs, and with franchises like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, I've been hooked since day one. Now, for a more blanket statement here about Starfield, I feel like this was the culmination of what they learned crafting games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout. What Bethesda is looking to do here is mash some of the best aspects for each of those hallowed franchises, and really swing for the fences here. And I would just say, yeah, it looks like they did it. They took that massive open world and expansiveness of games like Skyrim, throw in a little bit of the combat and creature designs of Fallout, and just sprinkle in a little bit from games like Fallout 76 and Morrowind, and there's Starfield. But now that I gushed a little bit about this game in general, let's dive into what actually provoked such emotions from me. Also, I 1000% will be all over the place when talking about things I loved about this trailer and all this direct, so just bear with me. But let's talk about space travel. That point system kind of deal where you gotta divert power to your weapons, but that means your shields won't hold up, is such a cool thing that really forces you to make those quick choices in combat. And there was a bit where the player was heading into New Atlantis airspace and the ship was being scanned for illegal items, which again leans into the background of your character and your choices. And the ability to dock onto enemy ships while in combat was insane. These are the exact things fans of space games want. But this lets you get into the enemy ship and take out their crew, and then you can add that ship to your fleet if you so choose to. Now, a random pipe dream given how expansive this game is, just imagine if you can take that enemy ship and fly it into their airspace and go undetected. That would be crazy. And just the plain ability to travel to virtually any moon or any planet, albeit is a little overwhelming, but damn, I can't wait to hop into this game and just explore. Now, for the sake of time and to prevent myself from rambling, let's talk about that character creation aspect of this game. And here I thought Skyrim's character creation suite was dizzying, but then again, here comes Starfield. Backgrounds and traits for your character appear to be a huge factor in how exactly your story plays out and how you're viewed amongst different cities. I mean, they went as far to show off your own parents, and I think at one point your grandma was out in space saying she's making some food for you. I mean, come on, this stuff is awesome. Cities like New Atlantis and Neon got even closer looks, and they all looked so lived in and just jam-packed with life, cool characters, and stories. I think it's pretty easy to create a city and just stuff it with a whole bunch of cookie-cutter NPCs. But with Starfield, there seems to be more at play here, and that's what makes for so many cool, memorable in-game moments. This is even without mentioning all the cool factions that exist within the outer rim of Starfield, like the Red Mile. Quick things to touch on here. But combat looks smooth and vastly improved from our first look at it a while back. And the stealth aspect of this game yet again seems to be refined. I really liked all the various weapon classes they featured, like those energy-based weapons, the traditional mag weapons, and it even got boiled down to how if you use a certain class while in zero gravity, you get pushed back due to the force it generates. Companions in classic Bethesda fashion were shown off, and they all seem to have their own traits that make them excel in certain aspects in the game, whether that be combat, dialogue, or even space travel. Now, in a broader sense, Starfield has big promises, and judging off what we've seen, damn it, I think Microsoft and Bethesda actually delivered. The delays that this game faced, at least to me, were ones that were passable, simply because of how much is in this game. Part of me hopes this game could be like what Red Dead 2 is to me now, and that's a game that where after I beat it, I kind of just hop back in from time to time just to live in the world. With all those cool planets to explore and discover, it would be nice just to kind of load up my game and not even look at my mission log, and just dart off in a random direction and establish an outpost on any random planet. Now to bring to the table some of my concerns, because I always want to be rational, even though I gotta admit, my hype and sheer excitement for this game are pretty much through the roof. First up, this game will feature procedurally generated worlds, making every planet different. I guess the thing to me is just the size and ambition this game is setting forth. I just don't know how all of this can be done without any major hiccups. Now, another issue to a lot of people was frame rates. Todd Howard was interviewed by IGN and he shed more light as to what could be expected. Quote, "I think it'll come as no surprise given our previous games what we go for. Always these huge open worlds, fully dynamic, hyper detail where anything could happen. And we want to do that. It's 4K in the X and 1440 on the S, being the Series X consoles. We do lock it at 30 FPS because we want fidelity. We want all that stuff. We don't want to sacrifice any of it." He continued, "Fortunately, in this one, we've got it running great. It's often running way above that. Sometimes it's 60, but on the consoles, we do lock it because we prefer the consistency, where you're not even thinking about it. But like I said in the Redfall video a while back, I was okay with this game running at 30 FPS only for the fact there's so much going on in Starfield. I think if they pushed Starfield to run at 60 FPS at launch, it would be an absolute train wreck. And Bethesda titles have been known not for their amazing graphics, but how intricate and jam full of content their games are. But I'm sure at some point within Starfield's lifetime, we get a performance patch. And I'm sure if they open up the game to the modding community, it'll really take off. But as per usual, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What did you enjoy about the Starfield Direct? There was just so much information thrown our way, albeit maybe a little too much, but damn, I'm excited for this game. But that about does it here. I've been K-Lo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.